tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove. Synchronized slurp now, we're on the move.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time.
Talking gold and silver and crypto too. With Joe and the gang, it's what we do.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time. We're stacking sats, we're stacking gold. In the world of finance, real gold. Every sip, every chart, we're on our way to financial freedom, come what may.
So grab that tasty beverage, let's get in the groove. Synchronized slurp now, we're on the move.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time. Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time.
Gold versus oil. Man, one's looking quite undervalued at the moment. It could certainly go down further, but we'll take a look at that. Gold has been killing oil in the last month or so. We'll take a look at that. We'll do live platinum, silver, precious metals, Bitcoin, crypto, take some chart requests, and shoot the breeze as we normally do here. If you're watching this on the replay, dude, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. But if you're watching live, you get to enjoy every single thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers. Oh, with me, Joe, Maine. But grab your tasty beverages as the theme song suggests, because we do the synchronized slurp. Grab a tasty beverage. I grab my tasty beverage. I don't care what you're drinking, so long as you're keeping relatively healthy. You know, you do you, freedom of choice and all that stuff, so long as you're not harming other people. Okay, whatever, man, but yeah, keep it healthy. I have my non-fluoridated, beautifully filtered water right here. Whatever you're tasting right now, whatever you're slurping right now, slurp it together, do it together. It's the synchronized slurp. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. That was a bit jumbled, isn't it? You can call me Harry High Hair today. Look at this thing. Oh, man. I swear to God, I just need a haircut every freaking 2 weeks. It seems. But my name is not Harry. My name is Joe. Joe Maine, don't you know? Coming to you live from Melbourne in Australia on YouTube and on X. Hit the big red subscribe button. Nearly 1,600 subscribers on YouTube. 3,600 followers on X. Weekdaily live show all about investing in different stuffs. We stack silver, we stack stocks, we stack satoshis, we stack skills. We are stackers right here of everything that brings us value into the future, helping our families succeed, survive, and thrive. The show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, and Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com. Let's do some quick shout outs with my GMS, Good Morning Stackers family, and then we'll get to said topic of the day and all the other wonderful stuff that we do. Jason Rosano was the first in. Sometimes I don't understand sometimes why YouTube doesn't not YouTube, but Ecamm, which is I'm an Ecamm boy, doesn't do the emoticons for some reason. Face, fuchsia, wide eyes. Sure, why not? Richard Pinn says GMS, gold is at it again. Telstra is looking good. Yes, I have seen Telstra as popping up at the moment. The telco sector might be doing well, possibly. The telco sector in general is looking good. Morning, Joe, says Jason Ashworth. Morning, Jason. Good to see you. Good morning, Stacker, says Silver Fox. It's been a hot minute. I don't think I've seen you for a little bit, Silver Fox. You were probably in yesterday. Silent Stacker, not so silent today. Good morning, Stackers. Gerald Draper, good to see you. David Smith, hello. All about the oatmeal pecan raisin cookies, Mr. Joe. Okay, I don't know that reference, but that's okay. You're just eating oatmeal pecan raisin cookies, Mr. Joe? Okay, sure. Oh, that's what you're... you are not slurping a beverage. You are having an oatmeal pecan raisin cookie. All right. Keep that blood sugar down, though, Gerald. We want you to stay around for a long time. Racked, stacked, and packed, full of ZBCN. Yes, that's had a pump recently. Has it done anything else? Give me 1 sec. I'm not going to share the screen. I just want to check it. ZCBN. Oh, it's a little down today. It's a little down. Okay, yeah, you could be right on that, Gerald. Interesting. Yeah, cool. Any more shout outs before we get to said topic of the day? I don't think there is, and that's okay with me. Gold versus oil. Gold has been killing oil at the moment. So basically gold up, oil down, and that is reflected in a recent report. Obviously, you can just see it in the price. Look at the price, but we'll just quickly share a little report that came out. This was on Zero Hedge. Give me a 1 second. Let me share the scran, brah. Do I need to put myself somewhere else? Here. Do I need to put myself over here for the moment? Maybe we'll do that. And then, don't want to do that. Nope. 1 second. That's what I want right there. Cool. Let's do that close enough for jazz. Cool. You can see here, this is from someone posted this on Zero Hedge. This is from the Deutsche Bank, Bloomberg Finance, etc. And it is returns for major global financial assets in April. This is in local currency. And then you've got it here in USD. So let's just use the USD one. And I think my big noggin is kind of in the way. So I will actually move me out the way. Let me do that. Oh, I'll put me up here. Oh, that's fancy. Cool, why not? Right here on the left-hand side. Let's see, returns for major global finances this is in local currency. There we go. So this is the top one you want. So I just screwed that up and let me put that back down in here. Okay, now we're good. Thanks for your patience. Right here, gold absolutely killing it in April. Okay, so returns for major global financial assets in April in local currency. Okay, gold absolutely killing it. Gold spot price going up. Also, in April you had, in previous months you had local currencies. Australian dollar, pretty much all the other ones weakening against the US dollar as well. So that saw gold in the local currencies, your one, everyone else's one, shoot up even higher as well. So absolutely killing it for the month of April. And look at good old oil all the way down here. All right, returns. We're talking between 15 to 20% under at the moment. You can see kind of closely here. Again, this is in local currencies. Oil. You've got copper and silver. So yeah, I mean, the gold to silver ratio had been rising recently. So gold at the awesome end of the spectrum, oil at the bottom end of the spectrum. Let's take a quick look at gold and oil. And we're just going to ask, is oil quite undervalued right now in relation to gold? Do we have some room to move down, etc.? So I'm just positing it. This is just today's little topic of the day, and we'll get to all the other stuff that we do. So here's the price of gold. Let me go back to the monthly. I'll get rid of everything here. Okay, that's the monthly price of gold. Okay, absolutely killing it. As we all know, you would want to have gotten into gold during the accumulation phase, and maybe you would want to have gotten in at around about the breakout, round about here, $2,000. Then where we topped out so far at $3,500. Massive. This is the monthly time frame. Massive year and a bit, couple of years, just doing absolute great guns. Cool. Here is US oil. So price go up of gold, price go down. That's United States. That's US oil. Sorry. just recently in the last few months, okay, a couple of months at least, well, actually, all the way since back 2022, been in a steady downtrend for US oil, okay? So very clearly in a downtrend, and here is I'm looking for the gold versus oil, and we'll do oil versus gold. Here is gold versus oil, so this is the ratio. Cool. This goes all the way back to 1951. Nice. You can see very clearly, very clearly, where there are periods where it's better to be in oil than it's in oil and sort of the associated, I guess, energy sector, versus gold. Okay. You can see that probably I would say the general normal mean one would be around about, let's call it there, if you like. Maybe that's kind of like the average. I would ignore this spike. I don't know what that is. That's a spike that goes all the way up there. Ignore it. That's some kind of weird glitch. Oh, I know. That was when oil had a really big glitch down for some reason, and I don't remember why. If I show you the oil price, you'll see this big random price glitch. Don't know why. So that'll be what that is. No, so that's, yes, because oil was going down, so gold was highly overvalued. But you can see the major average mean kind of here, and you can see gold is quite overvalued toward it at the moment. If I pop on a relative strength index, you can see very clearly we are in extremely overvalued right now for gold versus oil, and then you could say also the general energy sector as well. Now, will that last forever? No, just in a small period right now, because gold went through the roof and that oil is going down. That's why you're seeing that rise in price. I would suggest, not financial advice, that we're going to see a reversion probably back to at least the top end of this mean at some point soon-ish. Okay, now that doesn't mean that gold is tanking. It could mean that just oil is just catching up, and that's okay. That's why you would see this go back down. But you generally do tend to visit this average again. So looking quite overvalued. And again, this is stuff you already know because gold has been quite overvalued recently. Okay, I think 8,000, 10,000 US dollar gold coming, 5-10 years time, something like that. Possibly, 3 to 5 years maybe for the $8,000 to $10,000 gold. Don't quote me on all of that. But there might be times where, is it better to be in gold or is it better to be in other assets? If your goal is to have as much gold in your hands as humanly possible, okay, you would prefer to be being in other assets rather than gold. We talk about the gold to silver ratio a lot. Well, we can talk about the oil and the energy sector at the same time. So very overvalued. Okay, let me show you on the opposite end. Okay, we'll do US oil versus gold. Anything I say here is not financial advice. Also, I am not a pro. I'm not a pro, would never call myself one, just a lovely amateur. I'm trying to be more pro. And I'll show you how I'm going to do that a little bit later in the show. Give me a second. US oil. By the way, get your chart requests in, etc. We will be doing those if we have time. US oil and gold. So this is the flip side, okay? And I've already drawn in the average sort of mean area, okay, right there. Very clearly, US oil and its associated energy sector, quite highly undervalued versus gold. You can see we've gone into extremely undervalued. You can spend a little bit of time there, so sure, this can certainly go down. If I take a look at the individual price of oil, go back to that, US oil right here. I had been saying that US oil would be bullish over about 78 US dollars. That might change. I think I've got that in. I'll put that in. That would have been based on some Fibonacci from old highs and old lows. So I'll keep that there. Yeah, it's a change of market structure there. So if you clear 78 US dollars, call it 80 US dollars for US oil. Okay, you can be bullish for oil again. We are currently in a downtrend for sure. This is that spike down there. I don't know what happened there, so I have to ignore that. So we have to take some Fibonacci maybe just from this general spike here. So let's have a quick look. Do we have room to move down? So can the gold to oil ratio continue up for a little bit? Okay, quite potentially. Let me take it from here and here. And yeah, look, we've actually broken through the zone in which you would want to be preferably holding. Okay, so this is, as you know, that's between the zag zone, the zig zone, the whatever zone you want to call it, the normal support area, which was broken through again from, no, don't want to delete that, from this low and this high. I think quite possibly though, might have to go back, that's on the monthly. That might be the incorrect one, because that's actually the monthly right there. So ignore that. You can go back to that if you want, but I'd actually probably put it here, because that's a monthly spike down, a very clear pivot right there. So yeah, that's where we are. It's in a downtrend, and nothing is telling me yet that it's going to rocket up from here. We've had a decent couple of months down. The big buying area for US oil is right here. You can see that you've got lots of buyers, okay, of oil. That's your clear area, and then you've got a massive area of resistance there. So I'll be very interested to see if that lines up with larger Fibonacci, but I couldn't be bothered doing that. You can see in that general area here, so we'll pop in, we'll call it about there, where kind of, there-ish, right there. So around about between $41 and $50 is where you might see some buyers step in. And if they don't step in, that's bad news. You want them to be stepping in around about here. And actually, preferably, you want them to be stepping in higher than this. So around about now is where you need them to be stepping in. Otherwise, okay. But again, in relation to gold, it's looking highly undervalued. It could be more undervalued, but have a look at this now. Am I saying sell your gold and buy oil or oil-related indexes and stocks? No, just dollar cost average. But if you're the type of person that has, some extra dry powder and you're looking to up your gold, well, hey, if you've got enough silver, if you've got enough platinum, and you want to play this different sector, okay, the oil energy sector might be one to have a look at. Okay, if you're interested in that, you could purchase something like, and I'm not saying to do this, but the United States Oil Fund. Okay, that's on the New York Stock Exchange. That is USO, but an Australian version, if I can find it. Where was it? Oh, I did that, didn't I? That was OOO. Let me check that. OP? OOO. Oh, I put it in my things right here, didn't I? Yes, I did, because I was smart. There you go. This is the Beta Oil ETF units on the Australian Stock Exchange. So basically, pretty highly correlated to the US oil price. You can see here, clear downtrend. Okay, nothing telling me it's done just yet, but we'd be looking for support. Yeah, see how it failed to clear there. So we're looking for probably a potential lower move. Okay, I'd watch out for support there at $3.30. But yeah, until we break, I would say through that $6.50 area, oil still going down at the moment, but could present a nice little undervalued asset versus gold itself. Again, so don't forget, gold, the gold price could be going down. So oil could be going down, but the gold price could be going down further, and then you actually see a bottoming out in the US oil to gold ratio, okay, or gold to oil, US oil ratio. Let me pop that back right here, and then we'll talk about other amazing stuff. Once again, so it is definitely overvalued versus oil, and I would expect a reversion to the mean at some point, and that mean is at least probably down. Isn't that interesting? You've got some major resistance here, so probably at least down to that 28 to 30 level. Okay, you could certainly rocket up a little bit further, but imagine buying oil, US oil-related stocks, etc., some of the big boys, and then swapping it for gold later on. Now, let me just show you here. That's a 50% decrease. Okay, so if oil in the energy sector has a decent increase and gold just either stays where it is or even has a bit of a downward movement in the next few months, then you could see that all head all the way back down. And imagine swapping some oil stocks and whatever for more gold in your hand. Okay, now I say that again, just like, if you just want to stick with precious metals, do that. But I just want to show you that huge difference between gold killing oil in the last month or so. So there's a potential opportunity there. Should you do it? I don't know. You do you, bro. Just stack the precious metals if you want. That is gold versus oil. Let's go back, do some comments, and then we'll do the usual silver analysis, platinum, etc. Okay. David has requested the platinum to silver ratio. I do have that chart, and I will show that if I get a chance. A few more comments. Popping out of the oven as we speak, your oatmeal pecan raisin cookies. Wow. I would love to eat one of those, but they're not good for me in general. I don't eat any carbs anymore. Van, look, I eat a tiny few little bit of carbs, but very, very small. Makes sense. Gold, a fleet to safety, and dropping oil price, a reflection of fear of recession. Bingo, bango, bongo. Jason has it. Knackers O'Reilly, good to see you, my friend. Sino Fishing Adventures. Sino's Fishing Adventures. How many subscribers do you have, Sino? I'd like to know. Because, there's a lot of fishing YouTube channels. You could do really well on that. CT. G'day, CT. I think it's been a while since I've seen you. CT from the Lone Star State in Texas. Nice combo. Silver, the most manipulated, versus the red-headed stepchild platinum. Yes. No carbs equals a very dull boy. No. I disagree, Gerald, but that's okay. I have carbs every now and then, but I don't have them as a major part of my life because they are not a part of the species-appropriate diet. We are not omnivores, people. We are hyper-carnivores. You can argue with me as much as you want. You will lose said argument. Let's see. I think we'll take a look at all the regular stuff, and we will take a look at platinum to silver ratio because we've been asked for that by David Smith. Any other chart requests, let me know. Of course, super chats are open, and I will give preference to those. You're also helping the show. You know who else also helps the show by supporting it? Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, my first brand sponsor. Okay, they are the best bullion dealer in all of Australia. No, not joking. Yes, they are the best. I've worked for 3 of the major bullion dealers. As you know, these guys price match when you can find them their products at another major bullion dealer that's in stock for cheaper. So you just send a message to Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, and go, I saw this over at Ainslie's for cheaper. I saw this at Bullion Now for cheaper. I saw this at Goldstackers for cheaper. They've got it in stock. You've got yours in stock. Can you match the price? And Ricky goes, yeah, cool. As long as it's not like some crazy special that they're doing to get rid of stuff or whatever. There's a couple of T's and C's, but they price match. They also give you free shipping. Yeah, no other bullion dealer does that. Ask those other 3 bullion dealers that I worked for, hey, do you do free shipping if I buy over a certain amount? And they'll go, no, why would I do that? That's ridiculous. No business can do that. You'd go under very, very quickly. Well, guess what? Perth Bullion Exchange has been around for more than 1 year now, offering free shipping when you have 20 or more items in your shopping cart. Have they gone out of business? No. They're doing great guns. Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. And would you like to become a better investor? Would you like to be a better investor? Of course you would. Go over to masteringthemarkets.com. They're Australian owned, operated, founded and run. Amazing educational courses, okay, to do with becoming a better investor and also becoming a great trader if you want to do that too. But if you just want to learn about being a better investor in general, you want to learn about Dow theory principles, some technical analysis foundations, okay, just to help you as the amateur investor that you might be, a 10-week course is probably well worth it, and I would highly recommend masteringthemarkets.com. This is headed up by the amazing ASX trader, as you know, who you've seen his YouTube channel. I've spoken to him twice on the show. Now we're getting back on the show probably next month, I'd say. He'd probably pop in, I reckon. So head over to that. It's a 10-week course. So go up to masteringthemarkets.com, click on courses, and you can read about them both. And this is the year-long comprehensive program, the Master the Markets program. 40 weeks, 4 terms, a whole entire year, which I'm planning on doing starting in July with their new intake. I want to do it myself, so you can learn from me. As I get better, you will imbibe that from me. So that's why you need to subscribe to my channel, etc. But this is masteringthemarkets.com. And If you don't want to pay for a course, but you still want to be in the Mastering the Markets world, okay, you can sign up for the Mastering the Markets Academy. Okay, there's a free version. You get just some publicly listed, some public stuff, okay, that they share on social media. So all the public stuff you'll get for free, but all the private stuff, well, you have to pay for that. It's a monthly fee, okay, and you get access to all the good stuff, all ASX traders charts all the calls he does, his 2 weekly market scans for the private members, etc. You get all the other educator calls. You've got Craig, you've got the other Craig, you've got Frank, you've got Jonathan Evans with time cycles. You've got the interns actually doing their stuff as well. So the new interns right there. You've got Tung for his macro analysis, talking about, again, just sort of macro stuff. Okay, just amazing stuff here. All this back end for a monthly fee. I'll put a link below to the sign up page for the monthly version of this. Mastering the Markets Academy, masteringthemarkets.com. Cool? Cool. Let's take a quick look at, I don't really need to show you gold, but we'll take a quick look at it very quickly. We'll do silver and then all the other stuff that we do. Okay. Let us see. I'm going to say I'm going to burp, but I won't do it. Here is gold on the daily time frame, US dollars. We looked at it just before, but 3,331, not a lot to say. Had a little pump, good to see. Great. Here is the Fibonacci within the larger Fibonacci. So from this high and this low on the daily time frame, we just need to break and hold $3,390 roughly. Get through there. Okay, that's looking possibly good. You know, you might make another new all-time high soon. We're not through there yet, so at this stage my bias is still to the downside. I'll remain to there. It's more than 50%. Could be wrong, and I will change my mind when the data changes it for me. Okay, some people go, oh, you're a flip-flopper. It's like, no, it's just the data changed, so then I changed my mind based on that, right? But at the moment, potentially still heading down further, and that's my bias at the moment. So watch out for anywhere between 3,130 down to 2,900 US dollars for the moment. If we crack through there, then watch out for 2,700. You know the deal. That's all you need to know. That is gold. Silver is at $32.50. Found beautiful support so far off this zag zone right here. Between that price and that price, pick whatever it is, that's fine. And so far we are above it. So far so good. If we bounce off there, if we do this, then I'll give you a fib within a fib within a fib within a fib. If that is the pivot point, we need to break through right here, this little mini zone right here, and then we'd say, oh man, looking really good. Okay, so we're in there at the moment, and then we need to crack through there, and that is at $33. Call it $32.90, $33. So do that, and we're looking really good. Okay, great. Through there, bounce. That's looking good. Anywhere above there, good deal. Around about 33 or above, looking great for silver for the potential move up through to 35, and of course $35 is the big line in the sand where it will go bananas after that. Bananas, I tells you. You break that, break 35, okay, and that's signaling go time for a lot of people, okay? It'd be signaling go time for me. Above 35, it signals go time for ASX Trader, all those lovely people at the masteringthemarkets.com Academy. As well, 35 is the big one. That would then tell you, oh man, we're heading to 50. And I'm pretty confident. I mean, while we're below 35, I'm still confident that we'll see 50 US dollars silver in 2025. We've still got a decent way to go. But if you clear and hold that 35, oh man, $50 in 2025. Yeah, it's coming. Okay. What we do from $50 remains to be seen. Triple tops aren't a thing, but whether we see more than $50 in 2025 or where that goes into 2026, I don't know. But you break 35 and hold that, then we're talking, 2026, 2027, triple digit silver, all that stuff in price discovery. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. So 35, that's the key. Let's just break 33 and then that's looking good. Cool. Platinum. is at 962 US dollars per troy ounce. We're still above the zone, which is good. Finding it still as support, which is good. We want that. As I said yesterday, we can do that. We can do that. We don't want that. Cool. So far, so good for platinum. Now, I just did silver and I just did platinum. So let's get to that platinum silver ratio just for David Smith, who asked for it. I do have it drawn in here. Platinum to silver ratio. Okay, cool. Here's the platinum to silver ratio. Daily time frame. Let's take it out to the monthly. I've had this in for quite some time, as in I've been looking at this chart quite some time. Obviously, as this is going up, platinum's killing silver. As this is going down, silver is killing platinum. Okay. Platinum highly undervalued. Versus silver. As this is down, platinum is highly undervalued. I'll pop that RSI back on and you can see we're not there yet, but we're getting into potentially extremely undervalued for platinum on the relative strength index. And normally you do have to spend some time here. You don't always, but you tend to spend a little bit of time here in extremely undervalued. Now, I would suggest that something really big is setting itself up for platinum here. We've been speaking about platinum for a while, and as I showed you, I'll go back. I won't show you the platinum price again, but if you go back and watch the replay, you'll notice that platinum is, or if you just take a look at the platinum price yourself, you'll notice that it's been in an accumulation range for some period of time, good couple of years, okay? That will change eventually, and it will break out because gold did it, silver will do it, and then platinum will follow. Okay, something's setting up potentially here. Now, it hasn't set itself up yet, but it's looking really potential, okay? And what I'm talking about is a potential bullish divergence, okay? And we'd be talking about, on this ratio, you'd be talking about number go down, but the oscillator, and we're using the relative strength index, trending up, okay? Now, this is very interesting. I think we do need to go into extremely undervalued area right there, but that's a lower low. I don't think we would see the following. Now, this is all speculation, but this is my guess, okay? I don't think we will see the following. Now, we're already at a lower ratio. Now, I say lower price, but I mean lower ratio number, okay? We're already there. That's a lower low, okay? Clearly forming. Whether that's the bottom there, I don't know. It could, form lower. Who knows, right? But it is lower, okay? I don't think if we get into extremely undervalued on the platinum to silver ratio, I don't think we would go into this kind of area here. That's my guess. I don't think we're going to get lower than there. Okay, that's very crude. Crude in terms of simple, not crude in terms of rude. I don't think we cross here. That's just a guess. It's complete pure speculation. So again, just a pure guess. Okay, but I don't think we do because again, gold's gone, silver will have gone at that stage, which means it will go down, but I don't think lower than that. Okay, could be wrong. If this is the setup though, where it doesn't go lower, you're setting up your bullish divergence for platinum. This is what I think happens. Okay, so let me show you there. So I think we will probably bottom out on the platinum to silver ratio somewhere above here. So what that means is that is in an uptrend and that is in a downtrend, okay? That is a bullish divergence. That signals, not 100%, but it shows a massive signal that a turnaround for the platinum to silver ratio would be coming. You're historically already very low, very, very low. Platinum is in an accumulation mode. You have broken, here we go. You have broken down through this major support level, which I've had drawn in previously. Let me get rid of you and you. Okay, just for a moment. Why do we break support? We break support for one of two reasons. We break support to either continue the trend or to grab liquidity as such. It does this on ratios as well. It will fake you out. So this major support level here on the monthly time frame, that's at that 32.3. You can see in, where are we? In 1980, obviously that's when silver was going crazy, right? So silver was going nuts, heading up to $50 US. So the ratio dropped. Silver was beating platinum in the dust, but it was very quick-lived. Okay, so it's kind of like grabbed. That was in the peak of the silver bull in 1980, right? So that kind of like flushed people out, and then you saw a quick reversion back above. Same thing's happening here. Gee, we found support here, support, silver market peak, big rush to it in 1980, support, and now we're back below it. So the question is, why are we below? Are we below because we're going to just continue the trend down for a while? Or is it doing the same thing? It's faking us out here. It's grabbing liquidity as such, and then we're going to have a big move back above. Now, I would suggest if you do this is how you know it is. If it does this and it crosses back above, I would actually like to say here, but I'll probably say here, just to be safe. See that spike down? I'll say there, it's currently roughly 33. Okay, if you cross back above there and do that, my friend, was the liquidity grab. And then you do that, that is a bullish change of market structure, and you're looking very good. So that would be the turnaround point. I think that coincides with this coming down a bit lower into extremely undervalued for platinum. I don't think it will go lower. If anything, what it might do, if silver goes wild and platinum's still lagging, if anything, this is my guess again, you could go lower, but I think, if anything, it might just match it. Yeah, you could come down there, but that's still a divergence because number go down, price go down, number go down, and that's flattening out. That's still a very bullish divergence, okay? If it does that, then okay, I'll say, okay, I was wrong, and that's a lower low as well. That's matching, that's convergence. Okay, so, okay, well, maybe platinum's going to continue to be undervalued. I give that a 10% chance. That or higher is like 90% sure. Again, because gold's going, silver will go, platinum will follow. So we're pretty darn low. So the question is, do you wait for a little bit lower, or do you start getting into platinum versus silver right now? Okay, now bear in mind, what would I do? I would probably wait for the silver breakout because this could go a bit lower. Again, I do think we go into extremely undervalued. So you could pick up a bit better of a deal. The question is, how much better of a deal do you want to get? Okay, could it go down to here? Don't forget the number could go down to here. It could double bottom here. But again, you're still getting like a double bottom on here. That could happen. That's still a bullish divergence. All the way down to here, matching that low, that's still a bullish divergence so long as we don't go below it. Does that make sense? You could pick up a beautiful move in platinum, okay, versus silver. When silver, cracks through $35, it heads up to $50. What's it doing around there? Watch what platinum price is doing at the same time. Watch this ratio very carefully. I will watch this ratio carefully for you. Subscribe to me and follow me, and I'll let you know what it's doing as well. That's the platinum to silver ratio. That was the long version. Cool. There you go, David Smith. That was just for you. Let's take a look at the other assets, and then we'll get out of here the normal ones that we do. And yeah, you are watching Good Morning Stackers, the week daily live show all about stacking everything that we stack: silver, satoshis, stocks, skills, friendships, communities, all that jazz. Here is Bitcoin on the daily time frame, price in US dollars, 94,742. Little bit of a rally, not much to say. Got to clear that 96 area, and that's all you need to know. If we do break down and you break through around about there, okay, you'd probably be at least going to 88,000. Many people will take a short position here. If you break there, there's going to be a short position taken out, very likely. And so watch out for that 88,000 and 89,000 area. And I think I was giving preference also to this Fibonacci between this low and this high. And that was anywhere within the zag zone, which is, there too. I know it's a little bit liney, sorry. Yeah, top end of there, anywhere down to that $83,000, $84,000 area. So if you break here, you're heading into this zone right here, okay? You don't want it to see it cross 83.5. You cross 83.5, bad, okay? Cool. Higher high. Let's form a higher low somewhere in here and then do that. Lovely jubbly for crypto. Cool. Good. Do not have an opinion either way on crypto, whether it's going up or whether it's going down in 2025, because we don't have the data to support it. Here's others, the altcoin market minus the top 10. It is respecting 220 billion. That's good. Potential, left shoulder, head, right shoulder could be forming right now. Okay, anywhere down into, I'll give you, it was down to about, I think I said about 204 billion. Maybe it was 200. Where are we? There's that actual, there's the higher low there. So if you actually take it from there to there, it's actually around about 216, 215 billion. So there you go. That matches up quite well. So yeah, you can come anywhere down to about 215 to 16 billion. And you can, as long as you head back up here, you do that. Oh my God, it is game on. Okay, then you would see a decent move, probably a 20%, 25% move up to the zag zone. And that's from this high and this low. And then you'd be looking to fight your way through here. Okay, you'd probably want to be taking some profits around about here just to be safe. But you've got a lot of trapped money around this area. These are people that will be taking profits when the price gets back up to this roughly $310 billion zone. Okay, they will take some profits and you will be having to fight through there. Okay, so I would expect if this, then that. I'd expect some resistance, and then you want to find a support level somewhere in this kind of general zone here. Then fight your way through there and then onwards and upwards. That would be great. Let's do that, shall we? Nowhere near it. And we just need that to hold around about your 215 to 16 billion, and then really watch for that. As you can see, I have a dotted line there. That is my alert. When that alert goes off, I'll have to watch it for probably an extra day or so. I will be... Well, that could have meant a lot of things. I will be deep in. Wow, that really went there. I'll be deep in crypto for at least for a period, watching it go probably up to that zone. Sort of a 25% increase. Now that doesn't mean the things I'm getting in will only get up to 20. Only have a 25% move. Let me show you some ones that I've got I'm looking out for and have my alerts on for crypto. All right, let me do a quick little separate thing here. Give me 1 second. Let's take a look at my crypto alerts, the little alerts that I have on various crypto that I've been watching for a long time. And if they hit those alerts, I'm going to be considering getting in a half decent way for a little decent run up to the next general crypto zone. Okay, let's take a look at that. Let's share the screen. I just shared the screen for my subscribers of the general altcoin market, a potential left shoulder, head, and a right shoulder playing out right there. Let me get rid of all that. So if this plays out, and if there's my alert on general crypto, okay, that's at around about $250 billion. So I've got my alert set there. It's crossing at 247 billion. If that does that, then you are looking at a decent move, about 25% up into the next zone of resistance. And the zone of resistance is here because you've got a bunch of trapped money, all these buyers who stepped in, and they're still holding some bags. Okay, so I would expect some resistance in this area right here. Cool. That's where I would be expecting it. No, sorry, not there. In between. My apologies. Let me do that again. Not that zone. I will remove that. It's actually in this zone right here. But I'm expecting it right there. So at that level, at around about 315 billion. That's a 25% move once we crack that 247 billion. Does that mean the crypto that I'd be getting into will only be going up 25%? No, because they're individual crypto. You take more risk, you get more reward. Okay, so let's take a look at a few at that I am looking at getting in. One of them would be, I do like Gala. Okay, so I do have an alert on Gala at the moment. look into Gala, what it is, what it does. If Gala continues to go up, this is Gala versus Bitcoin. Let me just show you the Gala versus the Gala price itself. Right here, this is the Gala price. We are forming a similar potential pattern right here, just like the crypto market in general. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. It can come anywhere down to that sort of 0.015 cent mark. If it cracks above around about 0.017, 0.018, I will consider getting into there. Technically, I think I have to raise that to the spike, and I'll do that. Give me 1 second. No, I don't want to do you. I want to do that. I'm going to raise that for a second. That's going to be actually probably about there. Yeah, I get it. I'll do it anyway. Cool. Right there. Very good potential move. So where could that potentially move up to? With Gala, I would take it from this high and this low. So let's look at that. This doesn't mean that crypto would be going absolutely huge guns forever. Okay, it just means there's a potential trade there. Okay, so as an investor, maybe not. As a trader, yes. And you'd be looking at a decent move up into this area right here, I would be expecting, because that's where the other trapped money is. Okay, so that's in this zone here. And let me show you. Right into this zone here, I would be expecting potentially, again, from this high and this low. And then there's a couple of areas I'd be watching out for. I would be watching out for the 2.5 cent mark because that's a clear area of major resistance. And then you've got some buyers here. So along the way, I would suggest 2.5 cents. And that also lines up with, it's a weird downtrend line, but it does align with this downtrend line here for Gala. On that one there. I haven't put it through there. I've put it through there. Should I do that? Why would I do that? Maybe I do need to move that. Give me 1 second. Don't you love it when I just move my stuff on the fly? Yeah, I don't know if that's so valid anymore. So I think that's probably more so valid. Yeah, I'm going to say that's valid. So screw that one that I just had. Ignore that downtrend line. That's just more so the downtrend line. Now, why would I keep it there? You wouldn't. You would keep it there. So definitely I would imagine up into that zone. Just watch out for a bit of buying around here. Okay, but I think there's a good potential move for, as I said, if crypto breaks here, breaks its horizontal line, its alert line, you could see a 25% move in general crypto. But from here, for Gala, for example, that's a nearly 80% move. Okay, you've got a bunch of buyers up here, and that's where you'd see the most action happening on Gala. Right in there. See all those buyers in there? That's where at the top end, at the bottom end of this area here. So that's at around about 3.3 cents. Okay, watch out for 3.3 cents. That's a potential 80% move. Okay, again, if crypto breaks out of its area that we need to see a breakout of, I'm watching Gala specifically. Okay, now what you need to also do though, very clearly, is you need to match it against Bitcoin as well. So Gala was in US dollars there. Now you look at Gala versus Bitcoin. Gala versus Bitcoin isn't looking as strong, to be honest. You could still make some nice little gains with Gala in its USD price, but against Bitcoin itself, it's not as strong. Okay, you can see it's actually at a key support level right here, which you don't want to see broken. So that would just be a double confirmation. If Gala broke there, that's good to see, and you'd probably see some kind of pump. Now, would you see a pump all the way 80% up to that zone here? Possibly not, okay? I wouldn't give credence to that if it doesn't break out on the Gala to Bitcoin ratio as well. If it does that, so you've got confluence, you've got a breaking in the USD price, and you've got a breaking in the versus BTC price, and that's currently right here. Okay, that's my alert at blah, 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 0002. Okay, you break that, that's go time. All right, that's very positive. That's breaking its market structure. That means very likely that you head that sort of 80% kind of move. Take some profits along the way, of course. Okay, so that's Gala. I'm also looking at the graph. The graph is doing exactly the same thing as Gala. Similar thing, left shoulder, head, potential right shoulder. You could come all the way down to, let's see, I will give it down to right here. Oh, there you go, right where I drew that arc. So that's around about 8 cents, okay? We'll give it to 8 cents, no problem. You can sweep the 8 cents. That's actually quite perfect. It would set up the perfect inverse head and shoulders. And then we break that alert level right there. That also happens to coincide roughly with this uptrend line. You break there. Dang, man. And I already had this drawn in because I did all these beforehand. That's not as high as a move, but you've got up into the zag zone right here. You've got, around about a 60% move. But where are all the buyers sitting? All the buyers are sitting here at the 0.5 level. So you've actually got a move, probably. Nope. I want you. That's actually somewhere between a 60 to 90% move in the graph as well. I know this is looking very detailed, okay, but that's what I'm looking at here. That would be a bullish change of market structure on the macro time frame. If we clear 15 cents, well, if you get up to that zone here, you might consider maybe selling half, taking some profits, and then just watching what happens. And if it closes back down below about 15 cents, maybe take the rest of your profits, okay? But if this closes above, for me, that is if it starts closing above about 11 cents for GRT, I am back in for a period of time. So that's Gala. I was also looking at, was I looking at hype? No, I was not looking at hype. Was I looking at H bar? Yeah, I would be back in probably H bar. Yeah, look, if H bar broke here, then I'd be back in, and then I'd be looking at a level of, what's that, the 0.382? Is that from the high and the low? Yes, it is. So then I'd be looking for a move anywhere into here. And you can see very clearly where is the major buying happening. That's around about the 0.5 Fibonacci, okay? The Fib 500, roughly. So you could call that. H-bar would be one I'd be back in. If we clear 20, oh, I'm getting an alert. Go away. Right there. You're talking about a roughly, it's not a huge move. That's about a 25-30% move. Not from here, from the breakout point. Okay, you know what? H-bar, yeah, you could get some good moves, but not as good as, say, with the graph or with Gala. Were there any others? Let me just check one of my other favorites, Alchemy Pay. Yeah, I would say, you know what? Yeah, Alchemy Pay, ACH. I'm going to call it, if it breaks above, I'm going to put it here. Right there. We're going to call it, that's 3 cents. It's right there. If we break 3 cents, I would say we are moving onwards and upwards to probably the zag zone. That is between, I'm going to take it from this high and this low. So ignore me for a second. Going to get rid of all of you. Alchemy Pay is one of my favorites from a fundamental perspective. Let me hide you. So this is Alchemy Pay. Look into it. ACH is the ticker. And I'll get rid of all these trend lines and get rid of all that junk. The rectangle. Don't need any of you. Okay. Dirt. Cool. Let's do that. So potential left shoulder, head. Potential right shoulder can come down anywhere down to about 2.2 cents. No problem, that's fine. If you start breaking above 3 cents right here, then we'll talk about some potential higher prices. Is it worth it though? Let me just take it from here to here. Yeah, that's not a huge gain, okay? Not a huge gain. You would have to take it back from the previous all-time high and see, is that a thing? Okay, from there to the, no. I would say Alchemy Pay maybe, but again, not as good gains as with the graph and Gala. And were there any others? I'm sure there's others. Let's see. I did have Pepe. Yes. Also, a couple of meme coins. Okay, well, let's talk about meme coins for a quick minute. I would say if we do crack above here on Pepe, that is at whatever that price is, a bunch of zeros and 98, a bunch of zeros, 99. I would look at potentially getting into Pepe, but what's the risk to reward? Let me see. Okay, if you crack above there, Again, it's not huge. Oh, it's actually pretty decent. That's a 70% move, okay? Or that's up to the area of previous buying, where all the buying is happening. That's where you'll find the most resistance, where the trapped money is. That's actually a 70% move. So that's actually pretty decent in Pepe. So Pepe's on my radar for a 70% move if we crack through this alert level right there. And you also, again, don't get into any crypto. Don't get into, and I'm parroting other people here, but it's logic. Why would I not say it just because someone else said it? I've said it a million times before. You don't get into any individual stock if it's not beating the S&P 500. You don't get into any crypto if it's not beating Bitcoin. So that's why you need to check the Bitcoin ratio as well. So far, Pepe not so good against Bitcoin, okay? It needs to crack above here. So those would be your two things that you're looking for. Crack above that level at whatever that is, 9.8 something, and crack above on the Pepe to Bitcoin ratio at a whole bunch of zeros, 1, whatever that is. Okay, you can pause this and look at that. It starts cracking above there. That's a good sign that this is going to have a great move. And there you're looking at a 70% move up. So there's a potential. These are all potentials at the moment. Nothing is guaranteed. These could just, tank from there. And was there anything else? Render, would I say the same for render? Render, you have a potential move. That's about 40%. So maybe no. I mean, there's others. And here's the other one I wanted to look at. Yes, I wanted to show you unloved. Here's some unloved meme coins, right? Whiff. Dog Whiff Hat. Remember that? Remember Dog Whiff Hat? That was a huge sensation. Check that out. Okay, so you have, it looks like it broke its market structure. It's currently... it's in a little bit of a mini uptrend, okay, and you've got all this trapped money up here, okay, so I would say if this breaks, and I couldn't put an alert on it for some reason, but if it breaks here at 70 cents, I would be looking to get in. So from around about here up into trapped money, I'm looking at it. It depends how big the move is. Yeah. 88 miles per hour, okay, Back to the Future style, that's a 90% move. And look, between here and here, where is the trapped money? There is no trapped money between here and here. So if you close above roughly 72, 73 cents, that's game on, okay? That's an 80, 90% move up into here. You will absolutely 100% see big resistance around about here, okay? So I'd be looking at taking some profits there. Probably not the entire thing, because you could certainly fly through it, okay? You might get up into this area here. You've got a couple of areas of trapped money. One is here at that's actually at the 0.236. That's interesting. Yeah, I would definitely say watch out for the trapped money right there. 90% gain. Would you like that? Sure. Watch it close above 73 cents and watch it rocket up to about $1.40. Okay, that's my humble non-financial advice opinion. I would be watching Whiff, Dog Whiff Hat. And again, you need to see it really for confluence, close above its Bitcoin pairing. Okay, and that's at around about 762, whatever that means for you, add a whole bunch of zeros. Here's the thing. There's a larger potential to increase your Bitcoin holdings. Okay, you should really be following every crypto that you have, follow it, or you're looking at, follow it versus Bitcoin. There's a potential here for a 200% move. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen in the dollar price. I'm saying there's a potential for it maybe later on down the track. I would suggest around about here at the 402 area, okay? A 200%. Imagine buying Bitcoin around about here, buying Whiff around about here, random meme coin, and it goes 200%. You've more than doubled your Bitcoin in your hand, okay? Just like you pay the gold to silver ratio, you buy silver to hopefully swap it for gold later on down the track. Most of you would be doing that, at least some portion. Hey, if you get a beautiful move in Whiff, if we get over those areas we need to, hey, why not even just take some profits here? Gee, what do you know? the the Fibonacci from this high and this low at the 0.236, that's exactly at 100%. Okay, so around about there, take some profits, put it into Bitcoin maybe. You do you, but that is whiff against Bitcoin, and I don't have anything else I want to have a look at. So those are all the cryptos that I'm currently looking at. They are the alerts I have on. They are the ones that are going to potentially, unless I hear much more from you guys, you give me some great tips, etc. I read some other news, etc. Focus on some other people who are talking about their own cryptos. Those are the ones I'm looking at, and if I find any more that have that potential kind of over 50%, over 60% kind of gains, if we get over those levels, I will let you know. But those are the ones I am looking at. Let's do some final comments, and we shall get out of here. Let's see. Oh, other than ZBEC, there is, Sora, XOR. Okay. I'll take a look. XOR. XOR, Sora, crypto on Lunar Crush. So it's not listed on anything. It's listed on Lunar Crush. Youch. Galaxy Score, interactions, post created. So this is DeFi, baby. This is DeFi. While we're doing DeFi, let me have a quick look at Toshi, just while we're here. And then I'll look at XOR, Sora. Okay. Give me 1 second, though. I do need to do this for the Toshi fam. One moment, please. I need to get you, and I need to get you, and you need to die. 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 There we go. Great. Here is a look at Toshi on the daily time frame, priced in US dollars. What are we at? 0.00035, 0.00036. So far, it has rejected that 0.0004 cautiously optimistic zone. We broke it here, so we are heading down, people. You saw this change of market structure. When it broke right here, right there was the time to get out in the shorter term. Now, when I say get out, I've already been out of Toshi for a while, okay? I will get back in when the weather is looking good for it. So far, it is not, okay? We saw that nice little move off that expected support zone right here at between 0.00022 to 0.00018. Bounced off it nicely, came up to that cautiously optimistic zone, which I've had drawn in, and we've rejected there, okay? So we are looking at potentially, let's see, for Toshi from this high and this low, we need support to hold. And we need, right there. We talked about that before. Right here, you need that to hold. And if it doesn't, well, not good. Let's see on the shorter term time frame from this low and this high. We are, okay. You can hold here at 0.00033. If you bounce off here, that's quite normal. Okay, sure. You can bounce off there and head up. So watch out for a support level at 0.00033. It needs to hold there. If you don't hold there, then you're heading down to here, which means you're very likely breaking and then heading down further. Okay, and then your lower level, which we could be going down to, is all the way down to here. I watch out for massive support at, what do you know? Oh, that 0.00018 area. That kind of lines up pretty kind of well. Uptrend line, you will find support here. How long that remains a support, I don't know. It could be massive support. This could be the support zone. This could be the bottom for the crypto in 2025. Okay, even though technically January we had that move down to there, then Coinbase listed Toshi. Okay, the massive move. This could be the proper bottom after the huge high. Okay, that could be around about that 0.00018-ish kind of level. Whenever it hits, watch for that. Then watch what is the rest of crypto doing. Now, if the rest of crypto is tanking, well, then you're just going to see that tank. But if the rest of crypto, or the vast majority of it, is looking really positive, that's your low. Okay, that would be your low. If this, if that, then that. That's your big point. 0.00018. I would be highly personally looking at getting into that, depending on a couple of things, okay? I would be wanting to see what the relative strength index is doing and what the other things are doing. Let me get rid of the things, the indicators. Let me get rid of, how can I delete you? I just want to delete you. There we are. I don't want that. What I would be looking for is a confluence, a divergence, on the relative strength index. What I would want to see is a lower low made, pick the low, and then a higher low made on the relative strength index, okay? That's so far not presenting itself, but that would be something I'd be looking out for. Anyway, watch out for that low at 0.00018. We're not there yet. We could rock it up from here. Sure, in Toshi. I know it's looking very detailed and annoying right here. Let me get rid of the Fibonacci for you just so you can see a little bit better. I need to see, that. See that? I need that to happen very quickly. That needs to break above that area right there at 0.00045. And then, we'll talk Turkey and we'll talk up to here. That could be a nice little trade. Nowhere near it yet. My bias is to the downside at the moment for Toshi. And now let's look at XOR. XOR. This is called Sora token. Okay, sure. Liquidity. Oh, man, this is a micro cap, bro. Is this the one you're talking about? Sora token. That's a very, very, 3 years? This might not be the right one, so I might need a better one. But let me just take a quick look at this one. Is this the one you're talking about, Gerald? The one from Sora token from, I need the logarithmic chart, thank you. The one from what, back in 2021, XOR, is this the one you're talking about? Yowza, if that's the one you're talking about. You could be right, by the way. Look, it might be, I'll go back to the chat and I'll see if this is the one you're talking about. Is this the one? It might not be. Can we find it on here? TVL, total value locked, Lunar Crush proprietary, percentage. Where's the price? Where am I finding the price here? Gerald, can you let me know? Gerald, Sora, XOR, yep. And if you're more research you can dive, I don't want to dive into that. Gerald, can you just let me know? Gerald, can you let me know in the comments right now? I'll go back to the camera. Can you let me know in the comments right now, Gerald, where am I finding the price for Zora? Okay, Zora, whatever it is. Where am I finding the price for that? Can you let me know right now? I'll get through some more comments and then we'll come back to that. And then hopefully we get to find which price is the right one to have a look at. Gerald says, though, last month it... Wakey. Oh, I think it might be the one you're talking about, with more activity, but working on banking the unbanked and their debt global system they are attempting. I say kudos and good luck to them, but ZBCN is for me. It looks like you are talking about this one right here. Okay, the one that's been around for a long time. Man, that's a huge move. What, 450, 600, 400 something dollars? Don't know what happened there. That looks like a massive rug happened right there. Maybe someone else took it over. I don't know the fundamentals, but geez, look at, ouch. This is on the logarithmic time frame as well. Let me show you on the 4 hour. Look, you could say it is waking up. Yeah, that's a fair point. Let me pop in a... I wouldn't be getting into this thing personally. This is a micro cap. Don't get into a micro cap, people. So I'm just doing this one for S and Gs. Okay, yeah, I can't even show you anything here. The volume went up for some reason. That's a very decent gain. That's like thousands. That's thousands, a couple of 1,000% right there. A couple of 100%, not a couple of thousand. No, it's a couple of thousand, I think. Sorry, give me one moment. Price range. Oh, yeah, no, that's like, 10,000%. Okay, sure. Okay, look, I'll do it. I'll bite. Let me take it from the low. Let's take it from here. Let's take the high. Okay. Fibonacci. We're back above. Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. Let's take it from, let's take it from this high and this low. Why not? Let's look at a micro cap. Where are we? Oh, Fibonacci still works very well, doesn't it? Okay. So from this high and this low on Sora, it's aiming to bank the unbanked. Sure, it's an ultra micro cap. Okay, $1.5 million market cap with a liquidity of $20,000. I would not be getting into this, but, you know, if there's going to be more gains, there'd be a lot of more opportunity to gain a lot. Okay, we're at the very scraping the bottom end of the barrel right here. But I would say that, look, if you can get through this area here, so we've just butted up right against it. Gee, what do you know? At the zag zone, the 0.382 area to the 0.618. So if you can get up through here, get up through there at 13 zeros, 1200. So get above 1200 with the added 13 zeros to that. And yeah, sure, looking good. Looking good for a pump. So if you can break and hold above there at that 13.012 level, cool, you're looking good. I would actually just probably wait for the break of it. Just wait for the break of the previous high there, and then you can talk some higher prices. Where would you be looking at? No freaking idea for this thing. I would suggest, though, I mean, that's on the 4-hour time frame, on the daily time frame. Look, that's not a higher high. Okay, look at this. It's just formed some. Now, obviously someone's come in, some new devs or something's been happening with Sora. Gerald will tell us what's going on with it, where there's been some renewed sentiment with it, okay? This actually, look, I'll be honest with you, this could actually be a pretty good setup. Potentially. I'd have to know more about the fundamentals. This could be, as Gerald said, this could be just waking up for some reason. What's that fundamental reason? I don't know. But I'll tell you what, man. I'll give props to it. If it can clear through that zone there, and particularly, let's just give it here. Okay, excuse me. If it can clear there, that's actually it's a higher. It's not a higher. Well, it's actually. It is a higher high. I guess it's higher than that high. A higher low. If you can make another higher high, that's actually really quite good. So I would actually watch there at 13.018. If you can crack through there, okay, cool. Yeah. That might have a nice little run. Okay, that could be the start of something big. Potentially. Keep an eye on it. I'll try and keep an eye on it, and Gerald will let us know. Okay, so maybe I'm going to pop that in my watch list. Why not? On my DeFi ultra micro cap thing. Okay, bear in mind though, crypto needs to have a massive run first. So you'd be looking at what bigger crypto is doing. What's Bitcoin doing? Then what are the major altcoins doing? What are the mid caps doing? What are your smaller caps doing? And then have a look at your micro caps. Okay, then they'll start going. Okay, this thing isn't going to go crazy huge bull market until the rest of them are going to do it at the same time. Okay, that is XOR. Just for you. Oh, I had that on there the whole time. Sorry. I'll get rid of that. And I'll go back to here, and we're going to get out of here, people. Let's see. Yes, thank you, on the radar. Ground floor never looked so low. I do agree. I would tell you big news. What do you mean? Oh, you would tell me big news about it. Yes, you would tell me big news. Okay, great. So it looks like a bit of renewed interest in Sora XOR. No massive news yet. Okay, you would tell me about it. And you'd send me an email about that first so I can get in before everyone else. No, you can tell me publicly. Joe, not sure if you discussed this before, but could you teach us stackers in a future show? Yes. How to hedge our physical stack against downward price movements. I could do that. I think I've never actually done it myself. I've never hedged my silver positions for potential longer downtrend moves because I'm a stacker of silver. So us stackers, we don't really hedge. We just, as you know, we stack it. Price goes up, we buy some more. Price goes down, we buy some more, and that's it. But the short answer is, how would you hedge a physical stack against downward price movements? You would put a short in the an ETF or whatever. So you'd put a short position at the same value of your physical stack. Okay, so if price goes down, so you have to make sure it's at the same value. Okay, you just put a short in it. Okay, and then you have to have your stop loss set. So if it goes up, you break your stop loss, and then that's because you know it's over a certain level and silver's going to go up. So yeah, you'd short silver on the stock market in some way. That's how you do it. I've never done it before, but that's how you would do it. So hopefully that answered your question. Yeah, time to go, people. You have been watching Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main. Grab your tasty beverages. I got to get out of here, people. I got stuff to do. I got clients to see. Would you like to be one of my clients for social media? Hit me up with an email. gmstackers@gmail.com. gmstackers@gmail.com. I went to the wrong... no, that's right. We're all there. Great. Fantastic. Grab your tasty beverages, people. We shall dance it out because you have been watching.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
Harry High Hair. Grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in.
Let's do the 3, 2, 1, go.
Now we're on the move.
Nice one. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.